Speaker, thank you, our dear Majority Leader, and to the sponsor, Chairman of the Committee on Ethics. Paborito ko po si Kuli Desma. Sino ba ang tunay na baliw? Yung bang isinilang sa pag-iisip ay kapos? O gusto ang isip, ngunit sakim naman na lubos? Ang mga social media posts and speeches ni Kong Kiko Barsaga na bumabatikos sa pamahalaan sa Administrasyong Marcos at iba pang opisyal ng pamahalaan kabilang na ang Kamara at Senado, gaano man ka-provocative o ka-harsh, ito ay hindi sapat na dahilan upang pagkaitan natin ng kinatawan ang daan-daang libong mamamayan ng Dasmariñas, Cavite. The House has already imposed suspensions for the same conduct. An expulsion based on substantially identical acts are excessive and disproportionate. My concern is whether expulsion would be perceived as punishment for dissent rather than on genuine disorderly behavior. A court would likely be reluctant to interfere with the House's internal disciplinary powers. However, from a constitutional law perspective, expelling a representative for criticisms, harsh language, and controversial social media posts would be difficult to defend as a proportionate exercise of the expulsion power. Si Kiko Barsaga ay hindi nagnakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Si Kiko Barsaga ay walang conflict of interest di tulad ng mga contractors na iniiwasang imbestigahan ng Kamara. Si Kiko Barsaga ay hindi nagpasok ng mga kahina-hinalang alokasyon sa national budget. Si Kiko Barsaga ay dumadalo sa sesyon di tulad ng mga maraming kinatawan, hindi mo nakikita sa plenaryo pero laging present sa attendance record ng Kamara. This is simply a tyranny of the supermajority to please those in power that were offended by Representative Kiko Barsaga. Ito ay pagpapatahimik sa mga hindi sumasang-ayon. Minsan, dumalo ako sa burol ng aking kamag-anak ng aking high school classmate. Pinakilala ko sa mga naroroon. Si Egay po, kaklase ko, congressman ng Caloocan. Hindi po buhaya yan. Matino yan. Napaisip ako. Nasabi ni Kiko Barsaga sa kanyang FB post, "This house is a crocodile farm." This is not just himself speaking. Actually, it is a reflection of what the people think and view us.
Honorable Erice, have another minute.
Sa South Lounge, sa Huntahan, hindi naman kinakaila, marami. Uusap-usap tayo. Ina-admit natin, hindi maganda ang tingin sa atin ng mamamayan after the flood control anomaly. Hindi kasalanan ni Kiko Barsaga kung buwaya at korap ang tingin ng maraming Pilipino sa atin. Hindi kasalanan ni Kiko kung mababa ang tingin sa Kongreso. Tayong lahat ay may pananagutan dito. Sa imaing ito, maraming aligasyon ng korupsyon. Yung ombudsman mismo ang nagsasabi, there are a lot of contractors dito sa Kamara, pero bakit hindi natin ito iniimbestigahan? Conflict of interest, anomalous budget and infrastructure, pork barrel, patronage politics using government funds, bundat ng mga political dynasties. Ngunit sa halip na linisin natin ang ating hanay at magbago sa ating mga gawi, pinili nating magalit, mainsulto at parusahan ng mga nagsasalita. Galit tayo, nasasaktan tayo sapagkat may kasabihan. Truth hurts. Kailangan pag-isipan natin itong mabuti. Bilog ang mundo. Papanalangin ko na huwag dumating na tayo ang magiging biktima ng kapangyarihan na ginagamit upang apihin ang malayang pagpapahayag. Ayon sa awit ni Alicia Keys, na ang title ay Karma. Karma. What goes around, comes around. what goes up must come down. Mga ate, kuya, tatay, nanay, lolo o lola ni Kiko dito sa Kamara. Ang bata, kung nagkakamali, alam ko, hindi gaanong normal yung mga gawi ni Kiko dito sa Kamara. Pero minsan, yung bata, nakakatuwa. Pero yung mga matatanda na ayaw magbago, dapat, paalalahanin natin, dapat habang tumatanda tayo din sa Kamara, tumitino rin tayo. Salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Rolando Valeriano of the 2nd District of Manila for his manifestation.
The Honorable Rolando M. Valeriano from the 2nd District of Manila is recognized for his manifestation. You have 3 minutes. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, honorable colleagues. Mabigat na akbang ang pagpapatalsik sa isang miyembro ng House of Representatives. Kaya dapat malinaw ang dahilan at matibay ang batayan. Bilang miyembro ng National Unity Party, tumitindig ako upang suportahan ang pasya ng House Committee on Ethics and Privileges sa pagpapatalsik kay Cavite 4th District Representative Francisco Kiko A. Barsaga mula sa House of Representatives. Madam Speaker, the House of Representatives is an institution that must uphold dignity, discipline, and respect. We cannot normalize behavior that erodes the credibility of Congress and diminishes public trust in this institution. Walang masama sa pagiging kritiko, bahagi yan ng demokrasya. Maaaring batikusin ng kapwa mambabatas ang liderato ng Kamara o kahit pa Pangulo ng Republika. Basta may malinaw na batayan at sapat na ebidensya. Pero mabigat din ang responsibilidad na kaakibat ng mga akusasyon ng isang halal na opisyal. Hindi pwedeng puro paratang na walang maayos na ebidensyang inilalatag. Hindi pwedeng gawing normal ang reckless accusation at public attacks na nakakasira sa reputasyon ng mga tao at sa kredibilidad ng mga institusyon. That kind of behavior is unbecoming of a member of a Congress. Madam Speaker, records show that Congressman Barsaga became the subject of multiple cyber libel complaints arising from statements and accusations he made publicly. A Makati court eventually issued warrant of arrest for several counts of cyber libel, leading to his surrender to authorities and posting a bail. Ang korte ang magpapasya sa criminal liability. Iginagalang natin ang due process, pero may hiwalay ding obligasyon ang House of Representatives na tiyakin na ang asal ng mga miyembro nito ay naaayon sa dignidad at standards na inaasahan ng taong bayan. This issue is also about public service. Kapag ang mambabatas ay nauubos ang oras at enerhiya na walang tigil sa kontrobersya, ang pinakanalulugi rito ay tayong taong bayan. Sayang ang oras ng Kongreso, sayang ang tiwala ng publiko, sayang ang pondong inilaan para sa taong bayan. Madam Speaker, the National Unity Party believes in responsible leadership, institutional discipline, and deep respect for democratic institutions. We believe that membership in the House of Representatives carries with its solemn responsibilities. Public office is not a license for personal vendettas, attention-seeking behavior, or the reckless propagation of accusation that cannot be substantiated. At certain moments in the history of Congress, this institution is called upon to send a clear and unmistakable message. And the message today is simple. The House of Representatives must uphold standard of conduct worthy of the trust, respect, and confidence of the Filipino people. Kung ang ibang kapulungan ay nagtatakipan ng kabalbalan, kailangan nating ipakita sa taong bayan na sa House of Representatives, kaya nating disiplinahin ang sarili nating hanay. For these reasons, I respectfully express my full support for the immediate expulsion of Congressman Barsaga from the House of Representatives. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Paulo Henry Marcoleta of Party List Sagip.
The
For his
Honorable
manifestation.
Paulo Henry Marcoleta from the Party List Sagip is recognized for his manifestation.
Madam Speaker, distinguished Majority Leader, esteemed colleagues, and our sponsor, isang mabiyayang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I have said this before and I will say it again. You cannot enhance the image of the House by silencing your critics. What the House needs is genuine institutional reform. Akala nyo ba ay mapapatahimik nyo si Kong Barsaga sa pagpuna sa katiwalaan ng gobyerno kung siya ay tatanggalin ninyo bilang kinatawan ng Dasmariñas City? Alam nyo naman na hindi. Wala na bang malayang pagpapahayag ng damdamin ngayon? Hindi na pwedeng sumulungat o bumatikos sa administrasyon, at kung meron man pumupuna sa kasalukuyang liderato, ay kakasuhan ninyo, tatanggalin sa pwesto o ipakukulong. Saan ba nagugat ang lahat ng kasong ito? Dahil ba sa isang reels na ginawa ni Kong Miao Barsaga habang suspendido ang sesyon? O dahil tinawag niyang crocodile farm ang House of Representatives? Marami ba ang nasasaktan sa pahayag na ito? Ano ba ang matalinhagang kahulugan ng buwaya o crocodile sa kontekstong pampolitika? Matakaw, ganid sa pera at kapangyarihan, makasarili at inuuna ang sariling kapakanan bago ang kanyang nasasakupan. Hindi naman lahat ng House members ay maituturing na buwaya. Meron pa din naman matitino. When I see Kong Nonoy Defensor, I don't picture him as a buwaya. When I see Kong Ginto, Kong San Shimura, or Kong Sid Ungab, I don't regard them as crocodiles. Kapag narinig mo ang salitang buwaya at affected ka, malamang sa malamang, isa kang ang buwaya. So I humbly appeal to my colleagues, kung ikaw ay hindi buwaya at si tingin mo ay hindi ka buwaya, I urge you to vote no on the expulsion of Kong Miao Kiko Barsaga. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Philip Conrad M. Acop of the 2nd District of Antipolo for his manifestation.
The Honorable Philip Conrad M. Acop from the 2nd District of Antipolo City is recognized for his manifestation. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand before this august body today, flooded by memories. It would be difficult for me not to become emotional about the matter, but I was taught to rise beyond emotions and remain as objective as I can be. Let me state that I looked up to Kong P.D. Barzaga. My late father, Congressman Romeo Acop, also looked up to him. I would watch them both during committee hearings and ask my father about him. He only had kind words for Kong PD. This institution lost a pillar when Kong PD left us. I stand now less for personal reasons, but more as a representative of the district who elected me into office. The very same people who have elected my parents to the same before me. I stand at this precise moment not just as a member of my family, but also as a member of the House of Representatives. I stand now echoing one of the most stated lines of my father, that with authority comes accountability. When my father died in December, our family faced both sympathy and criticism, some coming from a member of this very institution who falsely claimed that my father has left a legacy of greed and corruption, that he was hated by the very people he swore to serve, and that his death was rejoiced, and that his demise would serve as a lesson to all other congressmen. I remained silent amidst these scathing statements, praying that it would simply die down, not because it was true, but because I knew the truth. In laying our father to rest, I opted to thank those who criticized and even celebrated in his passing, stating that such would fuel our family to live and lead according to how our parents raised us. Today, with great conviction, I state to Kong Kiko Barzaga that your legacy of ineptitude, irresponsibility, and disrespect would indeed serve as a lesson to the entire Filipino people and to your colleagues in the House of Representatives that we deserve competent leaders. The House of Representatives is not a playground where whims prompt the work that we are tasked to do. The mandate of a people must never be taken for granted, much more taken less that it be sacrificed for a few seconds in the spotlight. This institution must never tolerate ineptitude, irresponsibility, and disrespect. In the end, we must hold ourselves to the highest of standards if we are to become true representatives of the people, a legacy we must all aspire to leave behind. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Isidro Ungab of the 3rd District of Davao City for his manifestation.
The Honorable Isidro Ungab is recognized for his manifestation. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The report recommends the gravest sanction within our power, expulsion. So I ask this chamber to pause and ask the only constitutional question that matters, not whether his conduct offended us, much of it did, not whether he was discourteous or reckless. He may well have been. The question is whether expulsion is commensurate with what he actually did. Madam Speaker, this House did not look far for the standard it has already set within its own hands. In 2024, in the 19th Congress, former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez faced the gravest species of legislative misconduct imaginable short of treason, publicly urging the armed forces and the Philippine National Police to withdraw their support from the Commander-in-Chief, a conduct the Department of Justice was investigating as inciting to sedition. The Committee on Ethics, by unanimous vote, recommended a 60-day suspension. And yet, this plenary deliberately downgraded that penalty to mere censure, a formal reprimand on the express finding that suspension was disproportionate to the nature and context of his misconduct, the statements being emotional expressions rather than intentional calls for harm. In that act, my colleagues, this House articulated upon its own record a binding principle that the penalty must be proportioned to the true gravity and context of the offense. Measured against that benchmark, the sanction now before us is starkly inverted. Our colleagues' offense consisted of incendiary and defamatory posts, conduct unbecoming, speech-based misconduct that, however distasteful, falls well below the incitement of the military to abandon their commander-in-chief. Yet for that lesser conduct, he was made to suffer not censure, but a 60-day suspension without pay, followed by a second consecutive 60-day suspension. If quasi-seditious appeals to the armed forces earned only a public reprimand, then stack suspensions for objectionable online posts cannot be reconciled with any coherent standard of proportionate discipline. They invent the very proportion of this House, they invert the very proportion of this House professed in Alvarez, and they approach the de facto disenfranchisement of an entire district for what it remains, at bottom, protective if intemperate speech. I do not rise to defend his manners. I rise to question our measure. A penalty must answer to the offense, and this one does not. It overreaches the speech it would punish. It overrides the voters who chose him. It overshoots every principle of proportion our Constitution was raised to protect. So let us discipline if discipline is due. But let us not expel, for to expel here is not to uphold the dignity of this House. It would diminish it. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield the floor.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker,